Global Task Manager is a Premier, which is the SQL version of the Sage Fixed Asset system. If you are multi-user with a lot of assets at a lot of companies, or you have a lot of companies that are separate, Global Task is your only route. It saves you so much time and effort that if you are on the network version with 20 plus companies or more within your system, you should consider upgrading to the Premier version because it'll pay for itself just by your time alone. If I go to File, Global Task Manager, I use this religiously and build processes and policy around it at a large corporation because they had 99 companies. This was the only way to create standardization, which is also important. So it is Global Task Manager, time saver. And what I to run depreciation. Oop, is that true? And anytime people are watching you type, you can't type. So I can select multiple companies. I can literally select all my companies. Okay. I can select all of them, push them over here. Oh yeah, I can't. That's not completely true because I don't have Canada and Gov. So they're all here. If I had multiple databases, I could also select from multiple databases. So I can literally just, if I had 10 databases, go through each database, add them all here. If you have multiple databases, multiple companies, you can add them all at once. Select events. Look at this very first one. This is a godsend. I don't have to go into 100 plus companies or 20 companies and run depreciation one by one. This is where the time saving comes in. I'll have the system process depreciation on all these all at once for me. And that alone is time saving. These are only standard reports because I'll get to that in a minute. Here's depreciation, expense reports. These are going to happen in order. It's like a batch, but it's pretty phenomenal. So it's going to run depreciation. I'll have to define event just a minute. I'm going to run my expense report and then my GL posting report for each company. Then I'm going to run my disposal report, transfers if that applies. And I'm also going to run my roll forward, which is the fixed asset summary. So all of these reports after done depreciating, is going to run all of these in order for each company on its own. And it just runs in the background. Okay. Then you can do other things while it's processing. Okay. I'm going to define my event. So this is also awesome. I can do multiple books at a time. This is a huge time saver. This is where it's paying for itself for the Premier version. If check those boxes I just rattled off. So I can have them all run at the same time. I can select my date, all those things, and I'll just click OK. So that's defined. Then if I want to define, this is where standardization comes into play, which is really important too. Active assets are complete. You notice you don't see any custom groups here because if you've ever seen any organization with 20 plus companies or more, multiple databases, multiple users, you'll know that's a mess. That doesn't jive and that's not going to be consistent across every single company. I've never seen that yet. Fixed assets are messy. So we keep it very simple. Same with the standard reports. We keep those very simple too, because you can have different versions and that's not going to work. We haven't figured out how to work. I think we can. It's just going to take a really long time to develop. So just be patient. Here we can also do the subtotal. So if we just wanted subtotals, we can also do the sorts of subtotals here. So we have all the same configuration options for these reports that we do within the system that we just showed you. But now I'm doing it on a global scale. And you go through all of these and define all of them every single time. This is July 2025 run, right? I don't need it for all books. I just need my internal book for this one. Disposal reports, you can define your dates. So I'm just defining these just for time purposes, or maybe just tax, because maybe they're just subsets that happens too. And then I click OK. And now it's here. And then I can run this batch. When I run this batch, I can send it to print, to Adobe, so print it to PDF, to an action reporter, or send it to Excel. Okay. I say where to send it and I hit run. I'm not going to hit run because it'll take a while. But now it'll just run in the background. It'll do everything for you while you carry on with your day. And when it's done, you just collect those reports. So this is where I really love Global Task. You can have as many as you need to create. I've created ones before that make sense, like quarterly processing, annual tax processing only because they have different requirements, monthly processing, whatever you need. I also had something for PwC that had the same request every 6 months. So I created one like that. So that's global task.